Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining us on 13 Plus. I'm Mary Coleman. Hope you're having a great week so far. We're halfway there. Well, let's jump right into our stories for this evening. As we mentioned, we are talking scams tonight. Well, scam artists will try to find any way to get your money. Our national investigative team found a popular scam making the rounds is job scams. As you're about to see, it costs victims hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it's done just that so far.
If you're looking for a new job, here's a warning for your search.
Yeah, an investigation by the Better Business Bureau found in the first 3 months of 2023, when compared to the same period in 2022, job scams were up 250%, and people lost a combined $840,000.
The BBB said the most common age group targeted is 18 to 34-year-olds who lose an average of $1,500.
That's when I was realizing, I just got scammed.
Jennifer Chernako thought she found a work-from-home opportunity. Following a phone interview, she received a realistic-looking offer and details about benefits.
It was a full 4 pages of my PTO, my benefits.
But shortly after giving up her information for what she thought was direct deposit, scammers emptied her bank account.
I never want anyone to feel what I felt in this moment, especially college grads.
A similar scenario unfolded in Indiana, but instead of taking money, scammers had a woman do something illegal, and she didn't even know it.
Reporter Carly Luca explains what happened and what you need to know so you don't fall victim.
A work-from-home opportunity that seems almost too good to be true turned out to be just that.
I fell for it.
The Better Business Bureau calls it an employment and reshipping scam, and the fake company at the center of the scheme claims to be headquartered in the Hoosier State.
What really sold me on this, though, was the fact that I talked to literally 6 different people. So there was an HR department, so it made it seem legit. There was a manager. I had 2 supervisors, or maybe 3.
The scam works like this. The company calls someone who is looking for work-from-home positions on sites like Indeed.com.
80% of the employment scams that we're hearing about through our BBB scam tracker, basically, they all have the same common thread. Contact was initiated by the scammers.
After a brief phone interview, the scammer says you're hired.
I was like, oh, great. I was so excited.
And like any real job, you have to fill out paperwork.
So I signed the W-9. So now they have all of my information, my bank info, my social, my name, my driver's license, everything.
They even provide training.
They sent me detailed videos of how the business works and what would go on.
The work seems simple.
I would be getting packages sent to me and just kind of scanning over it, making sure everything was correct and nothing was damaged, resealing it and printing out a new shipment label and sending it to someone else.
But according to the U.S. Postal Inspection Service, these packages often contain merchandise bought with stolen credit cards or counterfeit money orders.
They think they're working and they're doing their job when in fact they're doing something that's illegal.
It's something this scam victim learned the hard way.
So it's a horrible, horrible scam, and it's a lot of people are falling for it. And it's not that, they're dumb or I'm dumb. It's just they've gotten very crafty at it.
But when it comes time for the fake company to issue a paycheck, or if a worker gets suspicious, the scammers vanish.
Nobody would answer my calls. My manager wouldn't answer. Supervisors wouldn't answer. HR wouldn't answer.
The employer has taken the website down. They've changed their phone number. They're nowhere to be found.
That means no pay for work that turned out to be illegal. And on top of it, those behind the scheme now have your personal information.
I'm going to have to change my bank account.
The best way to avoid this scam is to do some digging before agreeing to work.
Do all the research you can. Go to BBB, YouTube, Google.
Because many of these fake companies seem like the real deal.
They're professional sounding when you get them on the phone. They are good actors. They know, they can tell you all about this fake company. They can tell you that, they have so many employees, and they can even tell you, who the employees' names are.
They're very good. And they're not going to stop either. They're going to keep evolving, and get better at it. We just have to be a little smarter and, more vigilant and just do the research.
When asked if they do any screenings on those posting jobs on their site, Indeed.com said they have a dedicated search quality team who assess the suitability and validity of job listings, and they remove tens of millions of job listings a month. In South Bend, Indiana, I'm Carly Luca.
If you're unsure about a posting, you can use the Scam Tracker tool on the Better Business Bureau website to look up the company or organization.
And if you think you've been affected by a work from home or reshipping scam, you can report it to the U.S. Postal.
And to our next story for this evening, the Better Business Bureau is issuing an alert about a medical company after receiving several complaints from customers about a lack of refunds from them. In this Watching Your Wallet, consumer investigator Christiansen Jackman spoke with the BBB about those complaints and what you can do to avoid a similar situation.
Difficulty getting refunds and no replies. That's how the Better Business Bureau describes numerous complaints to their offices about Goals Aesthetics and plastic surgery.
Some of the consumers that reported to us claimed that when they had a surgical appointment, it was canceled, procedures weren't done, they were done incomplete, or the appropriate medical clearances weren't obtained, or they encountered difficulty receiving refunds. That's why they came to the Better Business Bureau to get some kind of recourse.
Melanie McGovern, BBB spokesperson, says they're hearing from people across multiple states, including Alabama, California, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, and Tennessee.
Some of the complaints are in the thousands of dollars. A lot of these procedures are out-of-pocket expenses. So, people will pay thousands of dollars for it. So, yes, some of the complaints are in the $1,000 range.
Our team reached out to Goals. A spokesperson responded, saying in part, their terms and conditions include specific deadlines and conditions under which refunds are processed, and that their goal is to process refunds promptly and fairly. They added that there are instances where we believe patients might overlook or ignore these policies, inadvertently slowing down the refund process. They continued saying, we recognize the frustration this can cause and are continually working to improve our communication channels and internal processes to better serve our patients' needs. The BBB says because of the lack of response to complaints and its request, it's given the company an F rating.
As of today, we haven't heard back about an advertising review in New York City and a pattern of complaints that was at the Atlanta Better Business Bureau, that it was what we see as the same complaint over and over. We'll reach out to the company, ask them to address it. And in this case, they did not respond.
As far as general tips, McGovern says whenever you're looking to have a procedure done, be sure to do your research. Look at sites like the BBB to see if the company has a record of complaints and to see what other consumers are saying. And before you have any procedures, read the fine print and make sure you understand any and all payment options.
Read the contract thoroughly to understand what is the refund policy. Do they take insurance? Do they not take insurance? Asking for recommendations, searching the BBB website.
Finally, McGovern says it's important you report any potential wrongdoings.
We always encourage consumers to not only check with BBB, but let us know what's going on. Even if you don't lose money, we want those reports. We want that information so that we can build a file to let other people know.
With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Christiansen Jackman.